Hi, my friends. Welcome to Sort of Brilliant, a show where the characters are made up and the sorting absolutely does matter. My name is Rachel.
And I'm her best friend and co-host, Lauren. Every other week, we're going to invade a fandom and determine whether your favorite character belongs in Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, or Slytherin.
We're the Harry Potter podcast that talks way more about any other franchise.
Here, we use the sorting structure from Harry Potter as a common language without supporting the author or her beliefs. As for the sorting itself, there's bound to be some arguments along the way.
But in the end, we're always right.
According to us.
According to us. Gather round, children, for another round of Sort of Brilliant. If we get these sorts wrong, we shall perish at the hands of Winifred Sanderson herself. Put one in Gryffindor incorrectly, and its curtains. We evaporate. We cease to exist. Dost thou comprehend? Man, that was bad. But you know what?
I thought it was beautiful.
Thanks so much for always lying to me. Who the hell can live up to Bette Midler? Come on now. Have you seen Beaches? Don't watch that.
Beaches?
Anyway, yeah. Beaches?
I've never seen Beaches. What is it about?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
How does it have anything to do with Hocus Pocus?
Midler. It's Bette Midler.
Oh, Bette Midler. So I know Bette Midler, obviously. She's famous.
Yeah.
But I was trying to figure out what I know her from. Because she's just like, it's just Bette Midler.
Have you ever seen one of the greatest movies of all time, First Wives Club?
No.
Damn, dude.
She's in musicals, isn't she?
She's in a ton of shit, yeah. She's fucking incredible. But, I mean, I think her best role is Winifred. I do. It's... iconic is not... It's not enough of a...
not a big enough word?
She's not.
Like Julie Andrews level.
She is. She's incredible. And I really like her singing, too. I really enjoy it.
She should have sung in Hocus Pocus. Why didn't she?
She did. Things I Put a Spell on You.
Oh, fucking...
It's the one song.
A lot on my mind lately. Well, no, Sarah sings too, but...
Yeah, I don't know if that's really Sarah Jessica Parker, though.
I don't think it is.
Hey, her name is Sarah in the movie and in real life.
Yeah. She didn't have to do much work, did she?
No.
Sarah? Anyway, guys, we're talking about Hocus Pocus. Happy Halloween!
Yay, the really greatest time of year.
Yeah. I disagree. But we really wanted to do a Halloween movie for you, and I'm a big wimp. So it's not a horror movie this year. Maybe I'll get to it, but... Dude,
I just saw the funniest horror movie ever. I don't...
What do you mean?
Did you hear about Malignant?
I can do Scream.
I love Scream.
But I heard everybody was sucking its... No, it wasn't good.
Wait. Can I give spoilers?
I do. Sure. It's been out for like 2 or 3 weeks.
Dude, spoiler alert. That shit was ridiculous. That had me crying, laughing. So the Malignant thing is her brother that like in the womb they fused. So he was stuck to the back of her head. And when they took them to like a hospital to fix this because it was giving her suicidal and like homicidal thoughts, they tried to cut the brother off, but they couldn't get all of him. So they shoved him back into her head and sewed it up. And so when these murders start happening, she's like, my brother Gabriel is back. And it's, okay. I don't know how to not graphically describe this to you. The whole time you think she's getting psychic messages from him and that he's some supernatural being. It's not. Her boyfriend, who's Jake Abel, by the way, who played a real piece of shit in this movie, slammed her head into the wall and it woke Gabriel up. And so now Gabriel's up. He's awake, guys. And now when she gets upset, Lauren doesn't like gore.
Okay, I'm not listening.
Well, anyway, he comes out in some fashion and like physically comes out. And she fucking murders people backwards. Because remember, he's in the back of her head. He's like Voldemort on the back of her head. But she's like, if Quirrell like bent his arms and legs back and like spider crawled towards shit and murdered things from behind. And she's completely asleep in the front. It looks ridiculous. Look, I don't know what to say. I don't know if I loved it or hated it, but it did get a reaction out of me.
That's what good theater is.
So
right?
That is true. Do I recommend it? Yeah, go laugh. But Hocus Pocus is decidedly not scary. I mean, though, there are moments that as a child scared the crap out of me. Like, genuinely. I mean, when they're coming, I think the whole scene in the high school, for some reason, was always spooky to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when they're like burning. They're being burnt in Salem. That was spooky. And Billy kind of scared me as a kid, too. And now I'm like, hey, Billy.
Billy did scare me a little bit. I'm trying to
like
remember
him now.
other parts that probably when I was a kid, like it just like, you know, I'm better about it now, but like my whole squick thing when Binks gets run over, like it's actually pretty graphic. Like there's no blood or anything, but he's like, you know, his whole body's like deflated.
When he comes back, the sound effect, I'm like, why? It sounds like a balloon blowing back up. It's whoop, as like the air refills his body. And he's like, I'm fine, Emily. I shall always be fine. And you're like, damn. Great. Good for you. My dream is to get a black cat and call it Binks, but I'm not taking any more pets in at this time. So that dream will have to live on another day. But this is one of those movies that I think we all have a pretty universal experience of being raised on. If not, like I always thought everyone was raised on Clueless too, though, and they're not.
I don't understand that.
Yeah, I know. I don't get it. So, but I'm going to assume we were all raised on Hocus Pocus. I mean, 93, you and I were both alive. I was 3.
I wasn't alive in 93.
You weren't.
No.
Forget, you were cooking.
I was cooking.
But you were alive right after.
I was alive in March 94, yeah.
I'm sure your mom showed you Hocus Pocus as a kid.
I mean, Hocus Pocus was on Disney Channel movies. You know, like, let's watch a Disney Channel movie.
That's like later in time.
No, that was the 90s.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know. I remember that being like, maybe late 90s, yeah.
I think it was like mid to...
Had to be early 2000s. Had to be.
I think it was mid 90s to mid 2000s.
Well, Disney was pumping out
that were like...
So good.
But there were like some old movies.
What do you mean? Like old Disney movies?
Well, yeah, but they were like, you can tell. You're like, that wasn't the 2000s. Like, you know?
Yeah. But they're all bangers. Like, they're amazing. They all hold up. Halloween Town is still fucking awesome.
Town's so good.
Girl who plays Marnie is on TikTok. She still has the hat.
Yeah.
And she married the dude?
Stuff. Yeah.
Oh, so
dude,
happy
right?
for them.
Yeah, she married the evil dude. Yes.
Cal. Yes. Well, Hocus Pocus had goddamn everything that you could ever want in an early 90s movie, okay? And let me just say, I was in love with every boy in the movie. They had that 90s hair. You know, it was like not quite a bowl cut. Yeah. But it was split. It was down
like
the middle.
Shaggy, like the JTT.
Oh, I loved it. Well, the person that as a child whose poster on my wall that I made out with was Eric Von Detten, which everyone seems to know from Princess Diaries only. But man, Brink, okay? Brink, Disney Channel, original.
Princess Diaries?
He was the guy that she kisses. He's a
that
dick.
You think that she should have ended up with instead of Chris Pine?
I just wanted him to be good.
Oh, okay.
I want him to not be a dick. No, she should have ended up with Chris Pine. No, you're mistaking it.
You think the blonde? Okay, the blonde boy is who you're talking
about. The blonde boy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay, because look, and I've said this on this show before. I like the first couple that's introduced. I do. I don't want growth. I don't want you to find someone you're better suited for. You put these two people in front of me. You make me get invested. You put M&Ms on the pizza, and then you don't follow up with that? Why? He had to go sing in fucking Rooney or whatever his band was and he couldn't come back? Get the hell out of here. His sister came back. I know she's not his real sister. I don't care. But anyway, her and Chris Pine were great. So I accepted it, but, you know. Anywho, in Hocus Pocus, the couple that should be together is together, and that makes me happy. Allison and Max. And little Dani. I love little Dani. As a kid, I was like, I hope they adopt her. I don't know why. Yeah. I know she's a sister.
Their parents were fine.
Their parents were pieces of human garbage, actually.
Why?
They are pieces of shit. Because if my kid came up to me at a Halloween party and was like, Mom, I'm being hunted. And they're like, look at my boobs, I'm Madonna.
By witches that came back from life. Like,
yeah, I'd believe my kid. I've seen enough horror movies. Believe your kids. They're terrible parents. Awful. And you go out, first of all, don't leave your kid with the 15-year-old angsty teenager who's like emo before emo was emo to go party. Like, what are you doing? You guys just moved here. Hang out with your kids. Take her trick-or-treating. Come on. And then you don't even believe her? Unbelievable. I didn't like it. I don't like their parents at all. But that's just me. I think others will agree.
Salem right before Halloween. Yeah, I'm sure lots of people have very strong feelings about the parents in Hocus Pocus.
I hope so. And where the hell were Allison's parents this whole time either?
That's true.
Come on.
They were at the party. Wasn't she having, some
all
hoity-toity,
these boomers partying. Your teenagers are out being hunted by witches. Their kids, dude, their kids are up in the middle of the night. All of those children are walking through Salem in the middle of the night and no one is up to see this? Oh, because all the adults were dancing at the club in Salem. Shut up. Shut up.
I want to know how Salem got every single adult to go to that one fucking party at the community center.
Yeah. The only one, huh?
Like, who was passing out candy to the children?
Great question.
The old man dressed as the devil and...
Oh my God. Master!
Oh boy. We're doing the Sanderson sisters tonight.
Of course.
Maybe we'll go back to
Nah.
No, you don't want to do Binks or Dani or
Nah, I'm good. I think the Sanderson sisters are obviously what carry that through, that make this movie timeless. That's pretty, I think everyone can agree with me there. But supporting cast such as the virgin who lit the black flame candle, he did a great job. The girl who played Dani, amazing job. I wanted to be that child at that age when I was like, damn, why couldn't I move to Salem and have a older brother that I like? Anyway. They did nail that sibling dynamic, though, because my older brother was the exact same way. They were like, take Rachel out trick-or-treating. I don't want to. I want to hang out with my friends. Yeah. I mean, hey, the 90s were a different time, okay? Maybe I have to say that and give the parents a little forgiveness. They were also bewitched, but you wouldn't have been bewitched if you didn't go into the club and abandon your children. Anyway. These three characters are just... They are the blueprint for everything. And this movie did not do well when it came out at all. And somehow, as it should be, it's just a cult classic. And I did recently purchase the Hocus Pocus sequel, but it's in book form. And I don't know if it's going to be the script for the movie because they are rebooting it. Yes, this wasn't like a fever dream.
No, they are doing it. It's coming out next year.
Right. So I don't know if it's going to follow that script. But you know what? I'm going to read it one of these days and I will get back to you.
You know what? I tried reading Wicked. After I saw Wicked, I tried reading the book that it's based off of. Not into it.
No. Once you see it in live action, it's a little hard to... Yeah.
Also, like the book, like the musical it just did a better job for like dumb people like me. Like the book is very clever and like convoluted and like lots of symbol, like, and it's just like, I just want to see Idina Menzel sing. So
I think that's extra hard though, because it was a musical. Like you want the songs. So it's...
Right.
Yeah, I don't think I could get into that. I don't know. But I do think it's cool when they put plays, like they turn movies into plays like Legally Blonde and Beetlejuice.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Legally Blonde's a good play. And I've been meaning to see Mean Girls. Obviously, Broadway's been closed forever, but hopefully soon I can see it.
Yeah. I mean, the one I think I don't actually know, and Broadway people come for me if you must. Rock of Ages. I don't know if that was a story originally or if it was a Broadway show originally.
I feel like
either way,
I don't know.
I think it was a Broadway show first.
Yeah.
The Broadway show was amazing, and I love that stupid movie.
Or was it the movie first?
No, I think the movie was first.
Okay.
I think. I don't know. And we don't talk about Jack Black because you told me that I'm like him, so she's fucking losing it over there.
Really similar energy.
I don't know what that means. God damn it!
I love Jack Black. I'm very excited to see him
too.
As Bowser in the Mario movie.
This is Italian discrimination. I, as an Italian woman, am very offended by the portrayal of Mario as Chris Pratt. That's all I'm going to say further. Because that dick also gets to play my favorite Marvel fucking character. I'm like, he needs to just go away. Just let someone else take it over. Fine. He is good as Star-Lord, though. That's the
thing, right? Like, he's good as Star-Lord and he's good in Parks and Rec. And then you're like,
he is.
But you're a shitty person. Like, why?
So how do you leave that woman. Oh. She's Cindy in Scary Movie. Come on.
Oh my gosh. We came back around, guys.
Hey.
My game is going super loud when I'm not even talking that loudly.
They love to hear it. We love to hear it. Technical difficulties.
I'm sure Hannah loves to deal with it. They never hear it because Hannah fixes it in post.
I know.
And nobody knows how
Hannah's
great she
amazing.
is.
Let's all give a round of applause to Hannah.
Yeah, seriously, last week's episode, y'all don't even know.
She went through hell.
It was bad. Because Lauren fucked up. Well, her technology fucked up, but like, what are you gonna do?
There's always a problem child of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Lauren was the problem child.
It's true.
That was a 90s movie too. Well, I'm getting lots of memories pulled to the surface tonight, apparently. So usually for these kinds of episodes, I will watch the movie and then we will record. I didn't actually watch it recently. I save it for Halloween, so I haven't watched it yet. But I have watched it multiple times a year for all of the years of my existence. So I feel pretty confident in my sorts. And when I spoke to Lauren, we obviously were yelling the same things back and forth to each other. So I don't want to hear it. If you disagree, this is it. This is law. Okay? Who should we start with?
You have to start with Winnie, right? Like, why wouldn't you?
I mean, I don't want to start with Mary. I don't like Mary, guys.
It's a specific type of discrimination that we've got going on here.
I don't discriminate.
Carla a few weeks ago accused us of one thing, and there actually is one that's true.
Didn't she flat out say, like, I don't even like them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and
so it's not me.
She's like, I don't like their name, so I don't even think about them.
Ravenclaw ass thing to say. All right. Well, Winnie, she is the main antagonist.
Sanderson. Yep.
Okay, she's the leader of the pack.
Mm-hmm.
She's the head bitch in charge.
She's the one with the spell book.
She's the one with the brain.
Yep. She's making the potion all the time.
Listen, she's got a goal, and she's going to accomplish it. And if these idiots don't aid her, then they can die too. I mean, I really feel like although a lot of people have said this to me, like I've actually, believe it or not, had discourse about Hocus Pocus with people before. Some people have said Winnie would just kill her sisters if like necessary. I think she'd grapple with it first, though. I think it would be rough on her.
There are clearly moments when she cares about them, or like she could leave them behind. You know?
No, like someone had once said to me, like she'd murder them if it turned out that one of their souls would keep her young. And I'm like, I don't know. I take issue with that. I don't think she would. She'd probably try to find another way.
I don't think so either.
She needs them. They're like her minions.
She would, like, I don't know what this is, but like, say it's like, eat Sarah's soul and you live forever, or you have to eat 1 million children. She'd eat 1 million children first.
For sure.
Like,
well, see, now this is the thing, and this is what really made me put her in the house that we agreed. But what solidified my thinking was she's very, very much to her girls, okay? To her sisters. She really does want them to share in it, right? Like, I think at the end of the movie, she does just like chug that shit back and she's like, those bitches are exploding, But it's desperation in that moment. They're already fucked. So like, I think it's a little bit of that.
Like, what is she going to do for them if she's dead? Like, she's got to be
They've
alive
already
first.
come back from the dead.
Right.
She's probably like, whatever, I'll bring you guys back. No biggie. But yeah, there's a camaraderie there. And the big thing is, okay, Billy banged Sarah. All right. Now, Billy was Winifred's boyfriend or lover way back in the 1600s. And they had a real, I don't know if it was a real serious relationship or if it was a fling, whatever it was. But Billy was Winnie's, okay? Sarah was Sarah, and she got in there, and he cheated. Who did Winifred punish?
Yeah.
The man, as she should. But, well, okay, now look. If your sister does that to you.
Are we meant to have not set her house yet?
No. I'm building a case.
Like, how far are we going with it actually saying what she is? Because
You could say it right now.
I was just wondering, like, we could play this game where we just like keep explaining.
We could. Let's do it.
Okay.
So all right. So she punishes the dude. She stitches his mouth shut and poisons his ass. That's the punishment for it. She doesn't punish her sister. Her sister's like being what Sarah is, bubbly and murderous around their little cabin, and they stick together as a pack. All right. Now, even with Mary, she like lets Mary comfort her, and she lets her like, I don't know, what's the word? She lets her like baby her when she needs to be baby, because Winnie needs to be babied.
And Mary wants to be the mom, so Winnie
absolutely,
lets her. Even though she's clearly like capable and smarter.
Yes, but she needs it, and something about this house that we have chosen, they do need to be babied from time to time. Wow. Okay. I mean, for like a minute, and then they get their shit back together, but they do need to whine for a minute and have you feel bad for them for like a little while, and then they get their shit back together. And that is definitely the case with Winnie. I mean, she's like, as long as I got my book and my bitches, I'm good to go.
And dude, she loves that book.
Yeah.
Like, that book is, like
it's everything.
Yeah, that book is hers. I was going to say about Billy too, like I think it's so, like, she kills Billy. She sews his mouth so he can never tell any of her secrets, and she poisons him. And then this bitch brings him back to life and says, do what I want. Like, she has no thought in her head that he won't do exactly what she's telling him to do. She's like, brings him back to life. Hey, Billy, like, I don't even think, I'm trying to remember. I think maybe she says something like, I don't know. Does she say something like you won't go back to hell or whatever? I don't know.
Well, he says go to hell.
No, I know. But when she wakes him up, she's like, Billy, go get those children and maybe.
Yeah, useless sack of shit. Get
up.
I
thought she gave him some kind of like incentive, but she might not. No. Either way, it's not much of one. So she really just expects him to do what she says.
Yeah, but he does it.
No. But he doesn't.
I mean, to a point. Like, he wakes up and first...
No. Oh, my gosh. Are we going to have a discussion about Billy? Because I don't think he was...
No, he doesn't actually go through with it, but he wakes up.
But I don't think he was ever doing it. I think he was just going after the kids.
I guess. I mean, when he woke up, he probably was like, all right, let me see what this bitch wants. And then I don't think he really was ever going to go through with it. He hates her. But... for whatever reason, she thought that he was going to do her bidding all the way through. She was like, yeah, this guy that I fucking murdered and probably castrated, wake up and do what I say.
Right? And like, she doesn't even like make sure that he is doing it. She just like leaves him to his own devices.
Well, she's used to having minions that just like do her bidding.
I know.
But not well. This is the sad thing for Winnie. She's not surrounded by intelligent people.
Smart people. So. Yeah. Well, I think that's the thing, too, about her, that she just sets so many things in motion that she's like, one of them will work, right? Like, it has to.
Yeah. But she is the mastermind. She puts it all together. She has the spell. She has the book. Yeah. She just basically sends them on errands.
Yeah. And I mean, she was not willing to give up until literally right before daybreak when they didn't have the book back. And at that point, she was like very dramatic. And you know what it is, like, too? Just take me away.
Yeah. But Sarah says to her, like, Winnie, we have enough kids. Like, this will be fine. She's like, I want that one. He called me ugly. Yeah. Like, come on. Now it's personal. Now it's spiteful. What other house is going to die of spite? Like, this is how this witch died. Spite. Okay? Because she could have had it. She almost had it, but she's like, he called me ugly. Sorry. Like...
It's Dani called her ugly, and then
oh yeah, she called. Yeah, oh yes,
and then
you're
Max,
right.
Max is the one who drinks the potion, and then he's like, "Haha, you either have to do me or you die." And she holds out long enough that she does die, because she was like,
she does. She really. You have to respect the hustle.
Yeah.
Like, she had a goddamn goal, and she was going to get there. And yes, her sisters are exploding behind her, and yes, it's all terrible, but she can still make it. She can make it, and she really believes it. And then she becomes a statue that looks nothing like Bette Midler, but it's fine.
It was 93, Rachel.
Whatever, man. Yeah, I like it, you know.
I don't even want to talk about how I was getting so mad rewatching this movie where she like stood on the ground of the supposedly sacred graveyard for like...
Yeah, completely fine.
Yeah, well, no, but I think that's why she turned into the statue and then blew up in dust because
it took a while, though.
But she was able to stand there for a while. I also think it's bullshit that they can fly 2 inches above the ground of the graveyard and go after the
that never bothered me.
Like, how is this place safe for anybody?
It's not. It's Salem, and the witches are back.
I'll tell you one other thing that super bothered me about this, especially as a Supernatural fan now. Freaking Allison finding out that salt like protects you or whatever, and then the witches come around and she takes the salt and just does like instead of putting it in a circle around her.
Terrible. They like really don't pay much attention to Allison.
They really don't.
They're like these 2 sibling
really
assholes. Well, they are 3 siblings who are probably pissed off that these other 2 siblings are getting in their way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I say they. I don't think Mary or Sarah ever put that much thought into it. But Winnie makes things personal. She takes things very personally.
What? Yeah, so I was like, like what she did to freaking Binks. Like, could have just killed him. And she's like, he's going to be a cat for the rest of his life. And be forced to watch us come back and not be able to do anything about it. And
she thinks it's hilarious.
Yeah, she thinks it's... Yeah, she's got the noose around her neck, and they're like, where's my son, Zachary Binks? And she's like...
Oh.
She says a pun or something.
Cat's got my tongue.
Yeah, cat's got my tongue, something like that. Yep.
It's too funny. I loved it. Dude, I'm sitting there like 4 watching this movie in glee. Like, they've got ropes on their neck. I don't care. Like, what the fuck? Come on, Disney.
There's no concept of what that is when you're 4.
Zero. I just loved it. She was blasting people all over the place. And I'm like, yeah, get them. Because I hated men even then. And she doesn't hurt any girls, so it's great.
That's the other thing, too. Like, their powers aren't that impressive. I could have beat their ass. I could have beat them.
She would electrocute the shit out of you. I love her. I'm so curious about who their mother is. I have to tell you, like, what kind of parents create 3 children like this? Completely different. I guess it's a little bit of a spoiler for the rest of this episode that we don't put them in any of the same houses. That's pretty interesting. No, I think it's pretty interesting
that they're all in separate houses.
Yeah.
Why? Most siblings usually aren't the same.
I wonder if that's true.
Sam and Dean aren't the same.
But that's the only fucking siblings I can think of.
Are those the only siblings?
Thor and Loki, but
Thor and they're not biological, but they grew up together. They were raised together.
Yeah.
I don't think we've done.
Are there any other Gryffindors in Twilight besides Edward? Probably not.
We're probably going to do the rest of the Cullens eventually, right? So I don't want to answer that.
True that. I don't know if that's always true. Like, I think my brother might be a Gryffindor. No, I know my brother's a Gryffindor.
I think your full family's Gryffindor.
Nope.
So
nope, they're not allowed in. Just my older brother.
I think you're like the Weasleys.
That is the most disgusting thing you've ever said, and not because I love the Weasleys, but I hate my family. Anyway,
Jesus.
She's like, "You're Ron," and I'm like, "I'm not fucking Ron." And I've been rereading the series.
Just Ron harder.
Yeah,
have you been rereading it and you're agreeing with me? Are you going to agree with me?
When I get really upset, when I get really low, okay, at my lowest, I can get a little Ron. But only because book Ron is way better than movie Ron. Don't even fucking come at me with movie Ron, because it's like horrifying how many lines they give to Hermione that are Ron's. And it's so annoying how many monologues he gets. This kid is so smart. He knows so much shit about the Wizarding World. And they're just like, comedic relief who likes to eat turkey leg. I can't stand it. I cannot stand those movies. The Harry Potter movies, quote me on this, are fucking garbage. They're fucking garbage, except The Prisoner of Azkaban. Okay. Everything else is shit. And I will say that The Order of the Phoenix is one of the greatest atrocities that have ever been committed against me, personally. The movie adaptation. Because it's my favorite book in the series. And it's the longest book.
It's my favorite one, too.
Thank you.
No, my favorite is
excellent taste. God fucking damn it. Order of the Phoenix is a phenomenal book. And
Harry
then
was too angsty for me. Like, I couldn't stand it.
I like that shit. I was an angsty 15-year-old when it came out. My life was always in caps lock. I loved it. And it's the serious book. You know, I love my mans. So, okay, longest book, shortest movie. Nothing of substance is in it. Nothing important is in it. And Daniel Radcliffe's acting is garbo in it. I hate it. I hate all of it. And not even just Daniel Radcliffe. They all fucking, you know what? You know what? I just hated it. I'm so sorry to all of you who like it. I have talked to people who really like Order of the Phoenix as a movie. And I'm like, what?
Really?
What?
Are they people who haven't read the book?
I don't know. Maybe. But then even so, it's not a good movie. Like, objectively, it's not a good movie.
Right.
And neither is Half-Blood Prince. And neither is The First Seventh.
Who did that, Columbus?
The First Seventh. What'd you say?
Chris Columbus? Was that his?
Chris Columbus is... Is he not the first or the third?
The third was that one guy who only did the third.
Who should have done all of them.
Yeah, he should have.
Oh my God, he captured everything perfect in that movie. They even look like they're supposed to look in that movie. Like how I pictured them, you know? Harry's hair.
And Hermione's hair, and
Yeah, I mean, come on. You know, my husband makes me rewatch the Harry Potter movies once a year. And we did recently rewatch them, which is why I'm rereading them. Because I'm like, this is all bad. And I haven't reread the series in a long time. And I felt myself starting to forget stuff, which I cannot have happen. I cannot. I take my millennial card away. So and it's just very aggravating. They clearly wanted this trio of like, Harry's the main, he's the hero. Hermione's the smart one. Ron's the dumb one. And that's actually all they give Ron. They don't even give Ron like loyal or cool. They're like, no. And then he leaves. Like, they make him such a piece of shit in the movies. He makes fun of Hermione. He was ready to fucking shove his wand up Snape's ass for Hermione. Mouthing off. And Hermione and Harry mouths off way more.
Yep.
And Hermione is way more insufferable in the books. But you know what? That's because I don't think they captured Hermione well enough in the movies. I love Emma Watson, but I don't think it's just not what I would have picked.
You wouldn't have chosen Emma Watson?
No.
Really?
Okay.
Sadly.
But I love her. I think she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And a good actress. It's just not like what I saw for Hermione or how It's all good, though. Look, it is. I wouldn't have picked Daniel Radcliffe either. It is what it is. Maybe someone with green eyes. And then maybe when you are completing a fucking 8 film series and you notice that the dude has blue eyes and you've been saying that his mother and him have the same eyes. When you cast the mother in childhood, you get a fucking kid with blue eyes and not really, really brown ones that you zoom in on. I can't stand the movies.
It was metaphorical. You have your mother's eyes. It's metaphorical. It's just metaphorical.
Lauren, don't ever fucking defend this to me again. Horrible.
I will say though, didn't they try to give Daniel Radcliffe green contacts and his 8-year-old?
Yeah, but that's forgivable. So then when you have his mom come in, because they already made his parents look fucking 40. They died at 21, but they're 40 in the Mirror of Erised. And when they come back, you know, we need to do a whole episode about these movies, like for real, because they're terrible. And like, fuck JKR and fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? But like, I've taken the stories back. They're mine. I wrote them. She didn't. So I can get angry that they fucked my movies up this way. I should have never sold them the rights. God.
So Winifred Sanderson.
Another witch. Dude, she'd set the fucking hat on fire.
She would.
She'd electrocute the shit out of it.
She would. Should we say what she is now?
Yeah, go say it.
Yeah, she's a Slytherin. Like, I don't know what you thought she was. I don't know what you were sitting here thinking she was. But she's a big old
What else could she have been?
I don't even know. She wears, like, she even wears green. I hate it, but she does.
She does.
Like,
she does.
No, they don't all. No.
2 of them.
No.
Anyway.
No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't.
Don't make me Google.
No, they don't. The others are red and pink.
You're right. I got my warm colors confused. Oh, that's so funny. Well, they look like their houses. Just like in general, you know? But they do. They like each remind me of their houses.
All right. They're like the embodiment of their house.
I'll explain the next sister more. Further commentary on this. Anyway, she's clearly a fucking Slytherin, and she's one of the lethal ones. Like seriously lethal. She will kill you for Very
no,
little
she really
reason.
would. And she wouldn't be like a Loki type where they're like, we're allies. And then like, we're not allies, but also it's also not that serious. Like you could be allies if you're right. It's just, Winifred, no. No, never.
No, she's not playing a game like that. She's not like mischievous. She's flat out like, I'm going to eat your souls.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be young and pretty.
That's exactly it. She's not. It's so funny. She's not a manipulative Slytherin because she doesn't have to be. She's just like, this is what I'm doing and watch me do it. Like, she has
and get with me or die.
She has all the tools. Like she doesn't need anything from anybody.
No. I think it's just really interesting that the only piece of backstory that we get about her is Billy, and that it just is such a Slytherin thing to have happened. Like, I really feel like any Slytherin I know, yourself included, would go for the man before they'd go for like the girl or
like
even if it's your friend.
Sister.
Yeah. Which is hilarious because I'd beat the shit out of my sister. Like I don't have one, but I'm getting mad at my metaphorical one in this scenario. I'm really mad at my fake sister.
George with you?
Oh man, how could they do that to me? So she's like, even the dynamic when we reveal the other houses, the dynamic with those houses is very Slytherin. Especially with Sarah's, but we'll get there. Yeah. I mean, I don't know that I have anything else to say to her. All of
them are fairly simple. I think the other one, there's one of them that might take more time to explain, but like once you say what they are, I think it's fairly simple. You know? Yeah,
she's a clear Slytherin.
It's a Disney movie. It's not like they worked hard to hide the caricature, so...
No, not at all. But I'm not saying it because she's like an evil witch, okay? I'm saying it because her motivations are completely like self-motivated for her circle, for her people. She's taking them with her. She's really not just in it for herself. She's in it for all three of them. And she wants to be with them for like all of eternity. It's not like you go and then you move on and go your separate ways. Like these are her bitches forever, you know? It's a circle thing. It's a Slytherin circle thing. So, yeah. And then, I don't know, Lauren, if someone called you ugly, would you want to eat their soul?
Yes.
See, confirmed. Okay, so don't argue with us. She's a Slytherin. She's like, I don't know why you wouldn't.
Well, yeah, because like, what the fuck? How dare you, right? And like, that's the thing too. Like, I guess I'm thinking about like she could have
not you defending her eating this child.
Well, but that's the other thing too, right? Like, you could be like, well, why didn't she just eat all the other children and then like get back at this one when?
That is my husband's biggest problem with the movie.
I know. No. Biggest. But that's it's so hard to explain, but it's also not. Like, it's like, this is the thing that's going to keep her alive forever. Like, you want it to be like a trophy or like, you know.
Okay,
like,
serial killer ass, damn.
You know, it's like, it got to the point for her where she's like, it's not even going to mean anything unless it's this stupid kid.
Yeah,
like,
it really did. It really did.
She was like, I've been through this shit all night. And, like, it's not even going to matter if I live forever, if it's not living forever off of this dumb kid who called me ugly. Yeah. So, like... Yeah. She's like, because what am I going to do? I'm going to eat all these other children that don't mean anything, and then I'm just going to, like, stab this one? Like, that.
This
like,
shit?
The rest of my... That's the thing. That's for her. The rest of my life will be pointless. I didn't do the end goal, and now it's just over. What am I supposed to do the rest of my life?
Slytherins, just out there, learn your lesson. But stop letting your pride and spite get in the way of winning, because this is why you'll be losing.
It's pride, too. It's so pride.
It's hugely pride. Remember, she hooked up Ice and his friend?
Think about what all the other witches would say about her if they were like, you let this little kid call you ugly, but you didn't even eat her soul. What?
I don't remember the other kid's name. I just remember Ice. Oh, and when they call them ugly, she like puts them in cages.
Yeah. And they were going to leave them alone. So they were being stupid. And they were like, whatever. And then not worth my time. And then they called her out. Yeah.
And they just leave them there.
Yeah. Well, the kids leave them there. Yeah.
Yeah. Takes his shoes back.
Yes.
Oh my God. I love the dialogue in this movie. I can't. California. It's the Bella. Where have you been, Loca? Before that was even a thing. Too good. What does he say to him? Now I'm really gonna. I need to remember. He's like, Los Angeles. Bro. Cool sneaks, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
My name's Ice, not Ernie. All right. So she's a Slytherin for sure. Now, Mary. I'm not a big Mary fan because I feel like fucking stop being such a kiss ass. It's so annoying to me. watching her, Winnie, stop it.
Great actress, though.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing
I was
actress.
watching her, the way that her lip twitches like the entire movie.
Dude,
crazy.
Yeah. I know. Wait, and I love her look. I love that hair twisted up at the top.
Yeah, and the witch hat. Yeah.
But no, I can't say it yet. Okay, so I'm not saying her house yet. However, this is the thing. I just really liked Sarah's vibe, and I really liked Winnie's vibe, and I just don't like the mom friend always gets on my nerves. Just like stop micromanaging.
Bummer to the people we know who are mom friends.
They're not my mom friend though. They can mom the other people.
You don't let them because you beat them up.
I will fucking never let you ever mom friend me. Do not say nice things to me. Do not take care of me. I don't need it.
I'm independent.
I can't. Oh my God, I can't, dude. She's like, Winnie, don't worry. We're going to get it. And she has a really cool skill, okay? I don't care what anyone says.
She does.
It's cool that she can smell children, all right? Having one of these little... God, they're so stinky sometimes. They are, okay? But she's like really smelling the essence of children, and she's a tracker. She's like literally James from Twilight.
Yeah, she can smell like one child, like the specific child that she wants.
Yeah. And Winnie is like, hell yeah, let me utilize all my sister's gifts to get what I want for us. And Mary's like, hell yeah, I just want to please you. Yep. So she does it. She sniffs out all these children, which horrified me as a child. I was like, no, she's going to smell them out. No. But, you know.
She did.
It works against her because they lure her ass into a school.
Yeah.
That's so funny. That's so clever. Good for you guys, writers of that movie. Yeah. That was clever.
Clever kids. What is it? She's like, after they leave the devil's house, she's like, I think you need a calming circle. Like,
I am calm.
Yeah. That's the thing too with, I'm thinking about it. Like, that's so interesting with Mary. Like, clearly... Like, Sarah's going around going, boys, more boys. And, like, Winifred is, like, she's not into boys, but she is, like, on the same, like, I want to be young and beautiful. Like, so, like, the same kind of track. I don't even know what Mary... She wants to be with her sisters. Yeah, that's exactly it. She's just like, I'll just do whatever they want. Yeah.
Let's just say she wants to belong to a... community. Not just any witches, these witches. She wants to belong here, and she's going to do whatever she can to earn her place there. And this is the thing. The whole movie is, how can I be useful to you? How can I show you and prove to you that I am useful? And we know that to be Hufflepuff. She's a Hufflepuff. Now, what I wanted to say was the reason that I think she, quote unquote, looks like her house is because she reminds me of Professor Sprout from the movies. Like, she just got the hair, right? She does. I was just looking at a picture of her and I'm like, Pomona Sprout? I'm like, holy shit. So she does. And then I'll tell you why Sarah looks like her house too. Anyway, Mary is just a big old Hufflepuff. Like, I don't know that that's going to be surprising to anyone, though she does wear the Gryffindor colors. And she just doesn't... guess.
She's not a Gryffindor in any way.
No, she gives me no Gryffindor vibes at all. She's just not out for anything except being there for her sisters in a very useful way and making sure that, like, she's providing them with what they need, whether it's emotional support or physically, like, going out and sniffing these fucking kids out like a basset hound. She's gonna do it. And remember, she's the one who has to ride the goddamn vacuum, and she does it without complaint. She's just like, Winnie, wait up.
I always thought that was so funny too, because, like, Sarah gives off the, like, air of being, like, the stupid one, the Ron of the movies, if you will. No, she gets the mop. Like, that's not even not a broom. She's fine.
I know. Yeah, no, Mary is just she just constantly wants to prove herself, I think, and I think she wants to show that, like, she deserves to be there. And now I think this is all underneath the character. We're not seeing this, right? Like, we don't see her, like, trying to earn her place. It's just really clear.
No, in
how she talks to Winnie.
Well, yeah, but also, like, she doesn't need to earn her place because she's got it, right?
Right.
Like, she and, like, I guess that's the thing with, like, a really tight knit community too.
Yeah.
Like, all of them, whether they are that invested in it, have their role. For sure. And Mary leans on it. She's like, I can smell children. And literally the entire movie, even when Winifred is clearly annoyed by the fact that she's doing it, she's out there, like, sniffing up children. So, like,
she's using her skill set. Yeah. Their relationship's very Thor Loki. Like that's the vibes I get from it.
It is a bit, yeah.
She just loves Winnie. She really does. What's funny is I know she loves Sarah, but you don't see them like be close at all.
At the very beginning of the movie, when Winifred's the one mixing the potion, they're like fucking around with each other.
They bicker though. They do. They're the ones that slap fight in the back.
Well, yeah, they slap, but like they also are like, and this is where you can kind of see the dynamic that like Winifred's clearly the leader Slytherin or whatever, when she's like asking for like the fresh thumb of a dead man or whatever, and they start like dead man's toe, whatever, and they start pelting them at her. And she's like, quit fucking around. Like,
I fucking love that.
They're so like they are, and there's the thing too, like they're just so confident that it's gonna work and it's gonna be fine or whatever. And Winifred's like, I just want to get it done though. Like,
but they're so confident because Winnie's leading them. They're confident in her. It's like I don't think that Mary would be so convinced or like as confident
took control or whatever.
Sure, or if she had to take control. I don't think she doesn't want to be the leader at all.
She's not a leader. She's not a leader. I think she's given some like opportunities to like at the end when they're in the graveyard and she's flying on her vacuum and and Winnie's like, I need help, and Sarah's like, I'll come. And like she's not really like, she's just not. And like I was thinking about that too, like when they go do I Put a Spell on You, like the way that they immediately fall up into the backup singers and like know the spell or whatever. Yeah, well, but that's the thing, right? Like I think that's just such a clear example of their dynamic. Like Winifred has the spell book and knows the spells, but they know exactly what little like supporting parts they have to play in order to make the spell work. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's faith in her.
Yeah.
Have faith in your Slytherin. They'll get you through. Because that's the thing. It's actually really sweet, these murderous witches. Like, she believes in her sister so much that she's going to get them through. They're going to live forever and be together. And Winnie's like, hell yeah, you guys are dumb, but like, I know you're going to help me get through too. And it's sweet in an evil, murderous way. I'm a fan of their dynamic.
Me too. I like it. Probably.
Yeah, and
because it is a very nice dynamic.
Yeah,
it's
it is.
I feel like separate. I don't even remember if this was while we were still recording that we were talking. We might have been finished recording when we were talking to Ellie and Haley about this and how like the stereotypical view of this dynamic is the one thing, but we've been seeing it in a completely different way. We've been seeing like the pettiness. Okay. But I think this one is the stereotypical,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So.
Yeah. All right. We're getting there.
Mm-hmm.
But for Mary, and also, like, she gets distracted by the baby commercial and all Hufflepuffs.
Yes. It's a Hufflepuff. It's a Hufflepuff.
She's like, hell yeah, look at this shit.
And then she growls at the wife when she takes the remote away.
Yeah. No, I mean, come on. She's the only one taking advantage of modern things. Like, she's the only one in the room who's like, holy shit, this food is good. Mm-hmm. This TV, what the fuck is this? This is hilarious. I want to stay on this couch forever. I'm good here, guys. Like, she's smart, okay?
Oh my God, that goes back to my thing, too. Like, Winifred's super into the devil because he's master or whatever, and Sarah's, like, trying to hit on him. And, and Mary's just like, oh, he's got TV. Like,
Yeah, trust the Hufflepuff to, like, find their comfort in this new crazy world. Mm-hmm. I love when the kids have masks on and they're like, there's a little angel and they just
bless you, and they're like,
yo, what happened to the kids with their brooms?
They took, oh my God, I don't know, they flew off somewhere.
Just gone. Questions I've asked myself since 1993. I love this movie, guys.
I mean, those brooms were apparently like just sitting in the broom closet of the museum.
They were, yeah, apparently. I don't know how nobody like used their shit before. Well, I mean, I guess people respect museums
because it was a museum. And then,
I guess
closed down. And,
but it looked like really rickety.
When they were like, "This book is made of real human skin," and then they just like left it there, and it was like I was like trying to figure out. I was like, did they verify that, or they were like, "Ha, human skin"? It like didn't really.
Is this like not a biohazard? Like, what are we doing here? Yeah,
I don't know. Somebody fact check me, but I don't know of anywhere that has a book bound in human skin that they're showing to people.
There are 17 of them in the world.
Yeah.
I don't know that they're on display.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I just feel like that's something that people would just, like, squeak at. They'd be like,
oh, no. There are people who would want to see. I would go.
Yeah.
If they put one in the fucking Met or whatever. Yeah. That'd be cool.
Oh, my God.
Come on. And be able to say you've done it. Like,
no.
Even cooler if the eye in the middle, like, popped up and was like, ugh, like looking around the room and shit. Super cool. I don't know. Anyway, don't shame me. She's definitely a Hufflepuff. And again, it's like right to the point, right? I mean, I don't think you're going to look at her and go, oh, a Ravenclaw. Like, there's nothing. No, her motivations are clearly in like serving the community, serving the group.
Yeah.
And
she's like obviously an emotion house. Like there's not a logic house in her. And then it's just like, it's just really easy to say she's not a Gryffindor. Like,
no, she's not. No.
I don't like I don't think she has any type of moral.
I guess she feels responsible for Winnie's emotional state, but that's really a Hufflepuff thing too. I mean, that can be a Hufflepuff thing.
I don't think it's the same way. Like, I don't think she like.
Well, she feels a responsibility in being that role.
But I was going to say, like, if Winnie fucked up, she wouldn't be like, "Oh, that's on me." She'd be like, "Oh, we have to comfort Winnie." Like, you know, like.
Yep. No, she's not blaming herself. I don't think any of them. I don't even think Winnie would blame herself. Like, I think they just roll with it. Like,
no, like that's the thing. Like with Winifred, when it's about to be daybreak, she decides to be all dramatic and falling on the floor, and like there's absolutely no thought to the fact that her sisters are about to die too. She's like, "Hold me, Mary," and she's yeah.
But this is the thing too. When they get hung in the first place, they're all up there like singing and cursing the people, and they're just like cool with it. They're like, "Well, we'll be back. Whatever. Let's go chill in hell for a couple hundred years, and then we'll come back and wreak havoc." Like. Yeah. They're hilarious. That's just not a Gryffindor attitude. Which brings me to Sarah. Now, Sarah, Lauren and I both had the same dilemma where we went, it's obviously not these two houses. Clearly not. So it has to be one of these two.
Right.
But one, so we're trying to make her fit Gryffindor. Like, and I don't know if Lauren did this. We didn't talk in depth about it. But I'm trying to make her fit Gryffindor because I'm like, she's got a little bit of the fire in a certain way, like she can be a little, you know, and also the like whole.
She needs validation from a man.
She needs validation. Excuse me, are we going back to this? God, she does. I don't even know. That's the thing, though. She's not looking for validation. She's not looking for validation from anyone. She just wants attention.
Yeah,
which can be a Gryffindor thing too, to want attention, but not so like. Confidently, like to not so openly ask for it, to not so openly sit on the bus driver's lap and go, "Can I honk your horn?" Like she's there for fun. She's here for a good time, not for a long time, and that really should be her fucking motto.
I've always loved that about Sarah too. That she's so into like, you know, like boys, but then you know, they get to their bus stop and the guy's like, "Oh, sweetheart, can I have your number?" And she's like, "She wouldn't like me in the morning."
Yeah, I know.
She's like, "No, I'm done with you now." Like I got my bus ride, I honked my horn, like
completely fucking fine with Billy having his mouth sewn shut and being poisoned. Comes back and then, "Hi, Billy." She's so funny. Oh my God. So Sarah gets painted as kind of like, I don't know. I think some people see her as like the disposable sister. Like they're like, "Oh, fucking Sarah," whatever. Sarah's extremely useful. Extremely. Yes. She has the power that gets the kids to them. Okay. She gets little Emily. She lures her in, manipulates her ass in, and it's not easy to do. I don't want to hear like, well, anyone could like, what? No, they can't. Because imagine Mary doing that.
Winifred would be doing it. Like,
and imagine Winnie doing it. Yeah. They can't. So they need her like sultry, manipulative ways, her wily ways to get what they need to get. Okay. So yes, Winnie's the brains of the operation, but you cannot have the operation go down without your assets. So Mary's power is that she can sniff them out, and Sarah's power is that she can lure them in. So, and now here's how I know she's not a Gryffindor. She does not feel at all fucking responsible when this fails, or when they don't get the kid, or when they have nooses around their neck. She's laughing. Like, she just doesn't care about that. She's like, all right, on to the next thing. Not a Gryffindor at all. Also, not a Slytherin. Also, not a Hufflepuff. Do you see where we're going with this?
Rachel was so concerned when I said she was a Ravenclaw. She's like, everybody is going to think we just think all the weirdos are Ravenclaws.
Okay, but Sarah's my favorite sister.
No, I know. And I don't think that's accurate because, like, okay, even if they are weirdos, they always turn out to be our favorite ones. So, like,
they are. They're the best. First of all, the normies are the ones you don't want to be like, okay? Nobody wants to be fucking, like, Joe Schmo over there, okay? You want to be the cool, fun, quirky, interesting person in the room.
Mm-hmm.
That's always going to be the Ravenclaw. Even the ones who are, like, intellectual and more quiet about it, like, they're the ones you want to get and talk to, like, about any topic. Okay, so if I could have a conversation with any of the three sisters, it would be Sarah. I think I'd have the best time with Sarah. So
I agree.
One thing I said to Lauren, I was like, do you know what, like, pushed me to Ravenclaw was that she fucking put this rat tail up there 300 years ago. And she's like, where's my lucky rat tail? And it's just there. Of course, it's still there. It's been through 300 years. And it's just there. Like, things just work out for Ravenclaw. They just do.
It's not even a big thing. It's so, like, when she dies, she throws her arms out and is like, goodbye, take me.
I know. She's hilarious.
Like,
she's just going with what's going
Rachel
on.
was like, so what is she following? Like, what is she doing? And I was like,
well, I thought it was attention.
No, she's literally, I was like, whatever moment she is in, she makes it the best possible moment of her life.
Living in the moment.
She's just doing, like, literally wherever she is. Because I was like, because, like, the movie makes her out to be stupid, right? Like, she's, you know, like, Winifred's, like, single-minded, and Mary's, like, following her and making sure she's doing what she's doing, and Sarah's, like, just kind of trailing along, like, ah! And it's like, but, like, that's the thing. She is doing whatever makes her happy in the moment. Like, she's not paying, and then, like, she throws the toe, or, like, she's, like, standing outside a house, and her sisters are having some boring fucking conversation, and then she hears the word amok, and she's like, amok. Like, you know, like she's just having fun. To enjoy her life every single second that she's in it, and she doesn't care like what that means. Like, she's in the process of dying, and she's like, "This feels so good." Like, you know, like,
it's funny because it's like it's a Ravenclaw who is about how she feels, which isn't like super duper common, but in a way, I mean, she's a Luna Lovegood Ravenclaw, like completely. Which this is what I meant. She looks like Luna. Like they look like. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. They look like their houses.
They've got the floaty.
So,
yeah.
And she has that thing about her where it's like, now, okay, if she was a nice person, she'd be more like Luna Lovegood, but she's not a nice person. None of them are nice. So her motivation literally is just to be enjoying every moment. Like possible, even if it's annoying her sisters. Like, she's just having a good time, and they're like shoving her into the road. They're like, a black lake, put fucking Sarah in. And you know, if they actually shoved her into a lake, Winnie would be like, Mary, get her out. Like, they wouldn't like go forth without her. But I always say, like, Ravenclaw's the one who could leave the pack and be okay. I think like Sarah could go off and do her own thing and come back. You know, she's got that vibe about her.
At the Devil's House, and she would have and come back for her later. Or, you know, like with any of the men that she happened to like come across, or
and eat their souls too. She's like amazing. I fucking have idolized her forever. I don't know. I really dig her vibe, guys. I really do. I like it. She's not bothered at all. And I don't even remember if Lauren ever agrees with me on this point, but I've said it since Dash. Okay, since our Dash and Lily episode. One of the trademark things for a Ravenclaw for me is that there is no outward anxiety that you can sniff out. You don't see it in them, okay? They hide it really well if they have it. Like this anxiety in situations where they're like, but what if it doesn't work out? And I'm so panicked and I'm freaking out. Like, you don't often see it. They don't bring it to the surface. It could, of course, everyone has anxieties and everyone has worries and concerns. This plays under the surface for the Ravenclaws I know and that I see. You don't outwardly see it. And Sarah has none. Like, I don't even think she has it inside.
That just goes along with, like, them not moving, right? Like, why would you have anxiety if you're not going to change?
Right.
You're like, you know, like,
there's
stuff
no
is
point.
just going to happen. Like, whatever.
Whatever falls
like,
around me, falls.
You don't have to figure out the next step like a Slytherin or, like, respond to somebody like a Gryffindor or Hufflepuff. You just, like, I am standing here and you're going to react to that however, like, what's the point of me?
Oh, it's what a wonderful life that would be.
Right.
That'd be so good. I'm like fucking in awe of all these characters. I'm like, how? I would have never believed like Ravenclaws to be real. And now I'm friends with many of them and I'm married to one and I'm like, dude, I can't believe you guys are real. It's amazing. Yeah, but I didn't know what that meant then, you know? I had no idea. I don't even know, Lauren, how we got here because I started talking to you about who the supernatural characters were in Hogwarts houses. And I like worked backwards from there. And I was like, oh, clearly then this is what a Gryffindor does. Or like, obviously this is what a Slytherin does. And then the pieces started to fall where I would put other characters in those places. And then I dissected the personality traits. That's how I came to it. There was never like a moment where when I was younger, I was reading the books and then I was like putting people in houses and shit. Because I didn't understand. I was like everybody else. Like, oh, the brave and chivalry in Gryffindor. And that's not me. Like, so... yeah, it's interesting how we got here. It sure is. Thanks, Supernatural.
We owe you everything.
We sure do. But yeah, I don't want to hear any like Sarah Ravenclaw slander over here because she's really fucking obviously one. If you've been listening to us for any amount of time to any Ravenclaw episode, like the traits we've talked about, she has them.
I was going to say, like, here's kind of the sad thing about it too. Like, movies already are short. And then I was just thinking, like, we actually talked quite a bit about Clueless, but
they're not caricatures as much.
I was also going to say Hocus Pocus is such an... I don't mean this is not in any way negative, but it's such an insubstantial movie. Like, it's for little kids, and it's like... I mean, feel like there's not much to it, right? Like, this is...
No, I mean, I know what you mean when you say it's lacking
witches,
of substance.
It's witches chasing kids around, and you know, like, it's not... There's not a lot... for us to give you.
But what's
here.
Great is that they scream their houses.
True. Yes. Yeah. Like there's not a lot to give you. Like hopefully the second movie will have a lot more, and Rachel and I will watch it and go, ha! Like you know.
Yeah. Totally. I can't wait. Yeah. I'm really curious if the book, because I'm going to read the sequel. I'm curious if like the book will line up with this. But I'm not too big of a fan of like going from one media to another and linking them together. Like if I'm assessing a character here, the actor is playing them a certain way. Like an author can write that completely different.
I was gonna say too, because we're pretty clear about this too, right? Like when we did Bridgerton, we were like, it's the Bridgerton show, it's not the books. Or like when we did
Marvel too, like the comics versus the movies.
Marvel's the movies, not the comics. But I was like, I think the only one we've done this with that we weren't super careful was Twilight. But you know what?
You're right.
The movies did they're not different. So,
no, they're not.
I don't know.
I think that's why they're so fucking successful. They're very similar. Very similar.
Yeah.
I mean, except for like...
Because you mentioned this to me before. You're like, wow, everything we've done is the movie except the Twilight. We did the books. And I was like thinking about that later. And I was like, I think we did both. Like
we did. You're right.
Yeah.
But everyone does kind of conflate them together in like even when people talk about it on Twitter and whatever. Like you talk about both.
There's really no disconnect. There really isn't.
No, they're pretty good adaptations. I mean, like I wouldn't have picked K-Stu as Bella. I don't like her take on Bella, but I don't like Taylor Lautner as Jacob. You know what? This isn't the time for me to be telling you all of my movie.
Complain about another franchise.
I would love to, though. Let's talk about it because I just don't think. No, I'm just kidding. Not today.
I mean, we could probably get another 15 minutes out of this episode.
We probably could, but it wouldn't be about Hocus Pocus. You got me talking about Twilight now. Now, Hocus Pocus is perfectly casted.
Halloween related. It is perfectly cast. It's very good.
Did you just say Twilight's Halloween related?
Yeah, it's vampires.
They're not even vampires.
Werewolves.
They're not. They're like gods. They're like demigods or something. They're like fucking marble statues that just need like a blood source, but nothing happens. They're like impenetrable. That's not a vampire.
Nothing
Vampires stake to the heart. Dust. Goodbye. No reflection.
How did they die?
You have to rip them apart and burn the pieces.
That's right.
Like their heads can just be like jumping around on the ground. Like,
right. Yeah.
Which bugs me though, because in the final movie, did you see the movies? You did, right? Yeah. Because they like have Carlisle's head in the movie and he's like totally fucking gone. Yeah. That's not what would happen in Twilight canon.
But it was he'd still be talking. It was like his vision, right? So maybe he was being biased. Maybe that's just what he wanted to happen.
That's hilarious. I mean, none of it's canon.
Because it was his future vision, but it was also Edward Reed's mind. So his own thoughts could have been fucking
so interesting.
I know. Anyway.
All these shitty people be having all these really great ideas. It really pisses me the fuck off. Like, why couldn't I dream of Edward Cullen in a meadow? It really aggravates me that I didn't dream that first. You know what? I did. Now it's mine. I am really mad that I sold the rights to it.
To both Harry Potter and Twilight.
To Summit.
You would have been so rich. No, it's Lionsgate, isn't it?
It's Summit.
I thought it was Lionsgate because Lionsgate is doing the
Lionsgate
TikTok.
Probably owns Summit.
They did the Couch Guy TikTok with Taylor. Yeah,
I know. I don't know what the fuck these companies own. It's capitalistic nightmare. I have no idea. But I just remember seeing Summit like all the time. And I just rewatched those movies again. Like they came out on Netflix. So
but you won't rewatch Pirates of the Caribbean with me.
Look, I don't enjoy the whole series is my problem.
You don't
like it after a certain point. Mm-mm.
Wow.
First movie's perfect.
Yeah. Second movie's pretty good too.
Second one's okay. Third one, I don't like at all. And I don't like the outcome of Elizabeth and Will's characters.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll see.
When I was a child,
talk about it. Like, devastating.
That almost drove me to write fan fiction.
It is one of those things.
Have I ever told the story of my first ever fan fiction that I did not realize was fan fiction? I feel like I have.
No, I don't think so.
It was, I don't know how old I was, like 9 or 10, reading the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants books.
Yo, I know this story.
Devoured the first one, loved it. Started the second one, fucking Lena's Greek boyfriend married and got this other girl pregnant, threw the book across the room.
Trash man.
I rewrote the scene. I rewrote when she got back to Greece.
That's so funny.
I didn't even know what fan fiction was at the time. I just could not handle.
This is such an interesting character study in you because you needed to take action to fix it.
Yeah,
but
immediately.
When I read things that I didn't like, I sought out Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants fanfic to fix it. I didn't want to write it. I wanted someone to fucking do it for me.
I was like, I only trust myself.
I wonder what that says to our houses. That's so interesting. Oh, yeah, it's that. You only trusted yourself. I don't want to be in my own head. Never did.
What's your daughter going to be for Halloween?
She either wants to be Tinkerbell or like unicorn fairy. Like she saw these two costumes. She just wants to be some sort of fairy with wings.
Okay.
And
I was Tinkerbell 1 year.
She loves Tinkerbell.
Really? You didn't tell me that when you gave me your
because this happened 3 days ago.
Oh, okay. So she might not like Tinkerbell 3 days from now.
I don't know. I mean, she tends to like really keep her thing. Like she still likes Paw Patrol. It's been like 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Loves Paw Patrol. I mean, like every other fucking kid. I don't know what it is either. I think they did get a new...
Tinkerbell's one of my things. I would love to give her Tinkerbell.
Really?
Shit. Yeah, my friend...
I didn't know you liked Tinkerbell.
I love my friend...
Oh, you get called Tink?
My friend John calls me Tink, yeah.
Why? Because you like Tinkerbell?
He's also, like, extremely tall, and he thinks that somehow makes me small. So I get called Tink.
That's funny. I mean, you have a small frame, but to me, you're tall.
Petite, I think, yeah.
Yeah, you are petite. But, like, I look up to you.
Well, you're shorter than me, so...
Yeah, yep. Okay, well, for Hocus Pocus, it's just shockingly no Gryffindor Sandersons. No Gryffindors.
Is that shocking?
No, I'm sorry. Did my sarcasm not come across there?
No, I mean,
not
it's not
at
as
all.
Shocking as no Gryffindors going to Greendale, but...
Yeah. It's a certain kind of, like, lunacy that Gryffindors don't partake in, I feel. But I wonder if any of the other three are Gryffindors. You got Dani, Max, and Alice. And Dani.
Do you want me to just name it? Are we doing it?
Yeah.
Are we going to review him?
Max.
Oh, Binks is too.
Yes, he is. Well, look, it's the big brother trope, right?
Yeah.
It's
But it's also like, I fucking love saying this about Gryffindors, but like have one event happen in your life and then build your entire fucking identity around it.
It's really true. It's really true. Yeah. Well, that's, you know what? I don't think Gryffindors make interesting villains. Like, I don't think they're good at it.
I fucking hate Peter Pettigrew. Like, I just don't.
There you go.
There's nothing interesting about him.
And Percy is a villain to me.
Yeah. They just infuriated me. Like, I wasn't, like, I would have slapped their hands or something. Like,
because how fucking dare you?
Yeah.
Like, you should know better.
Right.
They just don't make good. I'm like thinking of who we've sorted. I don't think we have any Gryffindor villains we've sorted, but they're just not interesting to me. Like, it's like, grow up. You know, like Logan when he's from Veronica Mars when he's like going through his bitchy phase. It's like, fucking grow up. Stop it.
Yeah. I was trying to think, like, even when they are, like, villains, they're just tortured about it.
It's
like,
annoying.
Edward and Bucky.
Yeah. Edward, I'm a villain. I killed fucking, like, men who hurt women. Yeah, like, I'm a monster.
Or, like,
shut up.
Or, like, Tony's so funny, too, because he's, like, selling nuclear arms to bad people, and the second he finds out, he's like, none of that anymore. Like,
dude, what is the... Tony Stark built this in a cave.
Obadiah, yeah. There was a really good TikTok or something that they like matched it to music.
Well, you'll have to find it and we'll put it on the Twitter or something if it's relevant in some way.
I'll never find it.
I think we need to start making TikToks, Lauren. We need to start a brilliant TikTok account.
Do you think people would be into that? Like, what the fuck?
Maybe.
The nerds do Instagram posts. Like, they sort people, I guess, who are interested to talk. Like, they do their TJ, whatever, Enneagram.
Right.
And I guess people who aren't interested enough to talk about for a long time. Or maybe they will talk about it in the future. I don't know.
I'm not taking Sort of Brilliant to Facebook. That's a cess fucking pool. Garbage.
It is a cess fucking pool.
I'm not going over there. Trash people. Sorry if you're on Facebook, listener. I'm sure you're great. I am too. I just don't like go on it.
You're not only on Facebook. I think you're okay. But
so true.
If you are only on Facebook, how'd you find us? What you doing?
Seriously, like, can you convince me that Facebook is good?
Right.
Well, I mean, speaking of you being here right now, thank you very much for joining us for this special spooky Halloween extravaganza.
I know we sometimes forget to ask for ratings, and then sometimes we remember, and it's like, rate us 5 stars.
Well, I just don't like asking.
Well, yeah, that's a Gryffindor thing. Like Rachel and I just got a rating from somebody who like wasn't somebody that we paid. And it was so nice. Like, I don't know if you understand. I guess you probably do. It's a human thing. But, like, how nice it is to have people who don't know you and, like, don't care if you feel good be like, hey, you guys are interesting. Like, that feels really good.
I know, it does.
So, like, if you feel that, let us know. Because we have egos. We like
big ones.
Hearing it, you know? Yeah, not that we do this for ourselves primarily. If nobody was listening to this, we'd still be doing it. Well,
here's the thing: we were beforehand. We were just like, what if we make this public and in a place where people don't like hate us for it?
Right.
We were just annoying the masses first.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it was the same characters over and over again. So they were like, we fucking heard this already.
Yeah. So it is nice, like, to know. I mean, obviously, we know people are listening. We get the statistics, and we see you out there. So we want to hear from you, and we want to know what you think. So please, it kills me to ask for anything and say this, but
throw us we'll let you pick who we sort.
Well, maybe if we hear from you more,
we mean it now because the next year is coming up, and we don't have the next year planned. So. You know what? I don't think we have an episode for the first week of December, and Rachel and I really want to do a Christmas thing. So do you want to let people, like, suggest Christmas shit?
That would be awesome.
Okay. That's what we're doing. We'll put it on the Twitter, too. But that means we have to make a poll. That means we have to come up with a Christmas
No. We have to ask first open hand, like, they'll comment, and then we'll make a poll.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't give me Miracle on whatever street.
34th Street? Are you going to cry?
What the fuck?
Or, like, It's a Wonderful Life?
It. I hate both of those movies. Don't give me those.
Well, now people are going to do it.
I don't care about Christmas. Give me the Grinch.
I don't care about Christmas. Or like Christmas Story or Santa Claus. Yeah, we don't have an episode for December 7th. So.
I hate feeling holly and jolly. I want... Give me the Grinch. Jeez. We should sort the Grinch. Let's do that.
No! We told people we'd let them choose.
All right, friends. Thank you for being here with us. I mean... Yes, please rate us. Please leave a comment. Like, feel free to get in touch with us. We love you. We love to hear from you. Let us know what you want us to do. We are simply your dancing monkeys.
That's true.
At the end of the day. We hope you have a wonderful, spooky, spooky day.
Yes. Have a good Halloween. Happy Halloween.
Eat lots of candy. Happy Halloween.
Eat candy. Watch Hocus Pocus. Watch
Don't
Halloween
light
Town.
any black flame candles.
I have not watched Halloween Town yet, and it's going to be done because it needs to be done. Get ready.
What the fuck did you just say?
I haven't watched it yet. Get ready for November 1st when Hallmark Channel starts playing their Christmas movies.
That is actually like the most horrifying sentence that anyone has said to me in a long time. I hate this shit, you guys. The second Halloween passes, I'm going to be miserable. I hate everything coming. But it's going to be fine because Lauren loves it. So she will... Christmas. I'm just going to be a curmudgeon. I'm going to be like...
Oh my gosh. The guys, this year is the first year Rachel and I get to do Christmas together. So it's going to be really cute.
That is super cute.
Because she wouldn't let me come over before. She's just decided she doesn't hate me, so...
It took a couple years before I was like, are you going to serial kill me tonight? All right. Well, we will see you in November. That's Pirates, by the way.
Yeah.
See you soon.
For our queer episode. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Sort of Brilliant. If our sorting choices inspired any rage or excitement, we'd love to hear from you. We're open to feedback, suggestions for characters to sort, and solid counter-arguments with citations.
Never forget your citations. You can find us hanging out on Twitter and Instagram at SOB_pod or shoot us an email at sortofbrilliant@gmail.com.
And since we're not above begging, please rate and subscribe to Sort of Brilliant on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever else you listen to podcasts. please share our posts on social media. And if you're a Gryffindor, maybe you'll inspire sorting fights among your own friend group.
The theme music is Hot Shot by Scott Holmes. Can't wait to sort with you again next time. Bye!